William's podcast. Definitely, William's podcast live is all about creative and performing arts. We tell stories, we tell news stories about creative and performing arts. Olukubanti bada Uganda tebatera nnyo consuming other stories of creative and performing arts, we end up giving more stories about music as an art. And those people who perform, who write, who produce, who do music as an art, nibalya impanga. I recorded a clip on TikTok, a reel on Instagram and Facebook, a short on YouTube, and a clip on YouTube about Bebe Cool's Break the Chains. Abantu never bagamba nti no. Botandika okudiginga deep into the arrows from their no. Buli botunulira no yaabwe busongezo kyo bugirako Bebe Cool kati budde bwamuyitako dda, Bebe Cool akuze, Bebe Cool sente za muwamusolo, Bebe Cool kati netandika okuleta issues endala atenga issue yabadde yakudebatinga his irrelevance and his music album. So nange commentary wange ne analysis yang about the Break the Chains was about the album. About the album. Also about the brand called Bebe Cool. About the music industry, definitely for the last 20 years. The music industry, the section, the fraternity of raga, dance, reggae, pop, Afrobeat a little bit. Mubadde aina abantu bamuvuga. You have seen people like One Baby Bantan, Bobby Wine, Jose Dr. Chameleon, Good Life, among others. Among the two, Bobby, who is not ali mu kirala kati olunaku lwa leero era olumwe tumuteeta mu debates zino bagamba oyo mumwesonyiwe ate nga tetusobola kwesonyiwa byafaayo byaffe katudde ku ndongo yaabwe babadde nga bagivuga babadde nga bavuga mu ngeri eyo ngera bwe bavuga ekintu kyabwe beetwalaganya bwe batyo naye ng'ekimu ku bisingo bakola obateekawo the creativity, which means they had good content in terms of music repertoire. They had good show business. Kakati bwe tuvuze ne tuvaayo eyo yonna ne tuyingira 2020 ne tuyingira mu byobufuzi awo active politics, because all of us are political animals, but the activities zaawo zatuyingiramu awo ne tubeera busy. Kati ba fans ne carried away along the way. Artist fan tasobola kumanya ddi lwagenda ku analyzing artist, am analyzing politically, am analyzing musically, nebiringa ebyo. Let us reach the point of breaking the chains by Bebe Cool. Bebe Cool gwe twogerako abaddewo okumala emyaka egimala. Emyaka egyo gyambaddewo ng'akuba endongo. Ba artists abapya bazze mu generations ez'enjawulo. Eyabaziza Bafana, eyabasiza Russ, paka betuuse ku ba Johnny Black, olwayo tuli ku ba Final na ba Dax Vibes. Question is, why are we by the way still debating a One Baby Bantan? Bebe Cool. Why is it that the guy still makes news? Why is it that the guy still influences online and the mainstream news in regards to entertainment? It means the guy is relevant still. Why is Uganda debating his music album? Nga ebiseera bye tulimu byaba Joshua Baraka. It means the guy has some good stuff. Why are we up to right now still talking about him in the business? Gwe tugamba nti akuze. Guy alina kyateeka ku table, abala kye batateeka ku table. I understand some comments and resistance and the debates, negative debates for that matter, will come politically. You cannot rule that out. Some will come as propaganda, some will come as damage control and public relations from the side of his competitors. I wouldn't call them enemies. So kati abajjo okwogera ku nsonga zino bemugamba mubayita manya abatemitimi b'ensonga mulina amanya ge mubawa manya ba critics, just name them. Tuyina okukitegeera nti at some point waliwo tujja ne tuliibwawo emotions ne tujja nga tosobola kubeera objective enough. For example, nga bw'omala okuba nti yo leaning a certain way musically towards a certain artist, it is hard for you to be objective when it comes to another artist. So ku nsonga eyo wenvirayo kugamba abantu bonna abatemitimi b'ensonga n'abawagizi b'endongo nti tutunuulire Bebe Cool ono objectively. Let us look at this guy objectively. He has his issues politically and is the first guy to come out and be like, I belong to NRM. That is a credit. People are shying away. People are shying away. Bebe Cool yawa abantu edde kyannemesanga ekyankolanga obubi ku TV stations nti TV stations nga beziba zikujjako interview bw'omala okukola build up nga gyendi mu kukola basalamu kali nti Bebe Cool weena ali mu kebateekayo era ebiseera ebisinga nze okugugulana kwenda kugulananga ne Gagamera eyo ne Bebe nga ka clip akalabye ku Spark nga build up eno tebagiteeka. Of course kiringa kyekikola amawulire, but let us get to the point of of being objective to the guy, being fair to the guy. Bebe Cool tulina kimanya nti tumuwe credit number 1 tibyobufuzi yavayo n'alangirira yakola a decision of Bidandi Sari Honorable is my father, but for me politically I'm for Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. He gave his reasons. That is a credit. Was brave enough, and later on the likes of Kusasira Catherine nabodi bafayino ga nange ba artist batono nnyo mu nsi yonna asobola okubeera nga is a pro regime, and that regime has overstayed in power, and those guys can still make it in headlines or in 2 news headlines. The guy is still there. You remember in 2026, after the general elections, they had produced that jingle of Tubonga Nawe. All the artists on the list of Tubonga Nawe shied away. Bad Dukemisinde public kutabuka. It was a one Baby Bantan that came up with 2 projects. Tata, Wotabade Tata, Abayayi Batutwala, and Chechiganye, which made the 2 songs became hits. Eba credit bobo objective logera ku analyzing artist. I want Baby Banton. I always give disclaimers. Tonda ba mungeri ya ha oyalabika wa Gagamel. Of course, by the way, William wa Gagamel. Na ye bamwitani Gagamel omwana omugobe Gagamel omwana wokubula irisi. But being a Gagamelian, actually they have been a fire-based Gagamelian island. But ndowooza Gagamel ate yonga oba ebeera mukwano gwange nnyo nga Cleberson baba bagenda kutenyimba Cleberson will come ne Samu ye gave say will come katinga there is closeness. But away from that I've been a Leon Island Gagamel fire-based person. Na ye closeness has been to Gagamel. So sangalo ndabire mu mbeera eyo eya bamusasudde. I'm trying to be objective, especially on this channel Williams Podcast Live. Guy awonavayo na standing amujukira naleta project yeyo eya manyankola video buli mwezi nebirala. People will come out and be like akozesa sente za mu amsolo government yemteka mu sente. I've seen guys ndabi abantu banji nnyo abafunye sente ne batazikomyawo mu ndongo. Ekimu ku bye tunenya Bebe Cool kukwata sente ze ezimu nga azizza mu bidongo ngazikola mu video nebirala. Kyovola bamu bamugamba kale uyu mwana yandibadde mugagga nnyo izo sente zakola mu videos nebirala. Ndowooza the guy is passionate about the art. Ngabola wakatolo bwa moyo twamugamba ko nga agenda okuyingira into Royal Theatre nga Cooper Theatre bamazo G1 tumuga lwacho ddamu bino naye nga agamba art is just part of me. And Bebe Cool ndowooza yomu kuba artists abatono ennyo in Uganda who are willing to invest in their art. Only that the ecosystem in a country is not favoring him. We don't have policies that favor art in Uganda. Tinebona kola video eri that expensive eyinza okutafuna nnyo birala dadadada. Bebe Cool tajja bwe tuyingira mu byobufuzi ebyobufuzi byakuba Bebe. Abantu bakuba Bebe is the only guy I've seen a part of media attacking the guy. We hosted the people. Ngo hosting omuntu nakuba Bebe editor nabiteekayo Kleberson nakubira nagana agamba naye basajja mmwe Bebe nankyawa nako. Not intentionally, but we hosted nga Bebe nga akunyigira olwago wachaziza at some point. Bebe natabukira kasuku actually everyone on because abantu abachazirwange ebiseera byokubanga twali tuyingide mu kintu wave endala ya politics. Kyajja ndowooza nga ate Bebe Cool is single handed ali yekka batona basooka okuvaayo okugamba nti katulwane n'omusajja waffe. Kati ffe abaali bakyaza abantu nga tukyaza abantu abagenda okwogera ebintu ebikwatagana n'ebyo kati ng'omuntu ali in line of fire is Bebe Cool and a little bit of Catherine Kusasa when it comes to music artists. Bakusasa nga bekweka eno Bebe nga yavaayo kati Bebe nga yakayana n'amawulire Bebe. The guy has survived all that. Saagala ogambe nti bano omugigi omuto weeguli ogwo omugigi omuto tegunna testinga ku what Bebe Cool has tested. Bebe Cool survived the propaganda of toyina nyumba. Ekintu ekyo kiruma. Let me tell you, okubeera an established artist tekitegeeza just releasing hits. It means standing storm, standing the test of time, enduring and maneuvering through the tides of waves of challenges and stumbling blocks. Some artists even run complacent, basulego nagamba, become stagnant whenever they face such. Guy aina ebintu bibiri ebyamukuba. Toyina nyumba n'omukyalo okunoba. In Uganda omukuba tubemmanya basobola okuba ebintu ebyo Bebe Cool. Kati olw'okuba tujja ne tubyogerera mu kiseera kino oba wakabyogera olinga gamba walya ekyo kimu temena kyatugamba awagira because awagira enaalemu kati kyekimu kati bwe tuva ku kiri ekyazuwe namanya agenzi of course zuwena nakoma ne tugenda ku kyato ina nyumba of course amayumba nazimba kati ne tudda ku kyawagira enaalemu and NRM machaza yinzo kuba afunye sente sirowooza nti NRM emrecognizing as a hero alwanye nnyo ku side eno eya okubagana n'ebyobufuzi nti machaza yinzo kuba afunye sente Bebe Cool akubaganye nnyo n'ebyobufuzi ne bisikambula brand yenga bibigiza wansi bwalwana bibisikambula bwe bibigiza wansi simanyo NRM bamanyi the role the guys is playing or he has played. I'm still driving to why I believe the guy is big. I always tell people, I talk to younger communicators or analysts that nti okuyiga ngeri basobola ku defending abantu baabwe. Nti Bebe Cool maybe ayinza okuba ennaku zino abana balaba abamukola waluga yakola bulungi Gagamel TV n'abalala abo naye balina okwongeramu okugenda into depth of explaining to the publics who Bebe Cool real is than going into the chaos and havoc of exchanging words with haters or competitors or enemies. Ngoina kubeera just analytical. Kati olwaleero bwe tuzze ne tuvuga mujjukira ebiseera bya filmmaker we bajjiraawo Bebe Cool evolved agenze mu gym akoze akanyama n'atandika bu sleeveless ebyo ne bisaanawo Bebe Cool n'abeera nabo Bebe Cool n'akola ebintu bingi awo. Of course on record Bebe Cool is the artist I've seen releasing mastered music. There is a process of production right from the literature writing, composition into rhythm and melody, arranging the music, making the geography, putting the geography into a chronological flow of this verse should come first after the introduction, the interlude, the bridge, the refrain, and then the climax. Then there is after that there is the programming of the backline of Ebidongo. There is the mixing and the mastering. That's why when you go into the credits on iTunes for the songs on the Break the Chains album, you will see the composer is Bebe Cool, and the producer is Bushington Kagodan. The sound engineer assistant is Anel, and is details. There is a process here. Omukuba badde balina music yoyo ne products eziyita nezikola at least 99% okujimalayo 360 is Bebe Cool. You remember that album of Go Mama? Instead of singing those, I realized more with the Break the Chains album. Bebe Cool is more sweeter with Lovers Rock, of course reggae in general, but Lovers Rock, roots, rock fused with R&B. Bebe Cool buli bwakkakkana buli bwabeera emotional. Kyovula nti mwezire enyimba ezimu abantu bodda zibagamba nti njagala no, whenever Bebe Cool goes emotional. Ne baba yimba Afrobeat agenze bambi mu mugambe rhythm and blues oyo kasita omuliranga atandise okuyimba kyovula abantu bamwagala nnyo for Love You Every Day, but I am talking about the album Go Mama. Let us not forget that the guy is among a few we have that have had classical albums. Go Mama bugoboda yono jiwuliriza. Singer artist Bebe Cool has been from Cameroon or Ghana. One can be wow. Neroba is our own, and the Gamelians are not doing good public relations. But a normal album. It's a good album, and a music album for online stores should be unique. Then netuve yoga yakoze build up okutuka wano awatwe kubya MP ku Break the Chains. People came and were like, William ekintu mukipise nnyo, William sente zewalidde muninga sina nakinaliddeko n'akamu, apart from seeing news online and picking pieces to bring on my podcast. Also, apart from receiving a mail from Cleberson having the 16 songs on the Break the Chains. Then look at the roadmap. Guyana has had issues, but the build-up of his music album. Kumulembe guno bagwaba Joshua Baraka. Guy natika roadmap eyo. And the Uganda telling you receptive when it comes to music albums. But the guy is making news. His music album is making news. And news is not about ingestion or kuyingiza. It's not about reception. It's not about consumption of a service or production. Even just the overflow, the mere mention about something, that is news. That is news. The guys in the news. When you go to the algorithms, you see Bebe Cool is trending. He is trending in abantu ab'emyaka 18. You give him a credit. I mentioned Koffi Olomide, Awilo Longomba, Salif Keita from Mali. There are those artists, Angelique Kidjo from where? Benin? Yes. Salif Keita is from Mali and Benin. Angelique Kidjo ayadda nakola oluyimba lw'Owombo Lombo remix with Yemi Alade. Abo nabakyali active. You're seeing Chaka Chaka alimu philanthropic work, giving back to the community. But Chaka Chaka badanga Bebe Cool nazalibwa na kuzalibwa probably. Actually ndozalia zalibwa, that is Bebe Cool aleka wase. Mukuru warobe namusanga kuwevu nanga ndi mukuru wene mga chintu echo ky'omuze. Ekatu aitu inabye tukayana kagamba na yegwe land was like mukuru gonza ko baby seyo nayina ana mwemeka nga nsinga ko gumulaga era nkusinga obukulu omanyi ye big brother, you just need to know nti Bebe Cool ayagala okubeera boss. And once you learn that kabe 50 cent ayagala okubeera boss obajja kumuwangula. So ekyobukulu tosobola kigobera Bebe Cool. Kati Bebe Cool wazze n'akola drive eyo eya being relevant, n'akola drive eri gye nkugambye nti Uganda telling you receptive when it comes to music albums, netuja teasers, the promos, discussions, natanko tutizinga awonze album gyendeta this much, eri worth this much, ebyo nanga triggering news gainga akipinga okulaga nti wali bili ebya center zakozesa manya zijjawa. Let us talk about the product out of whichever money he gets from where. kubanga the point here is about the product. Circumference came out with a good jacket, with a good poster, Mabuzita poster, Fabakade jacket, motivation, the press release he did, the motivation sessions, the press release where he came and just recited his release, walked away. Bebe Cool is one of the artists abavuddeyo nebendo singa journalists. I'm trying to explain why I believe Bebe Cool is a good artist. A good artist. Nga tetutadde mu biri ebirala anti kakati anti yatukola bwati nawagire nalemu ati nava magundi. Nzagala kudda wano objectively. Gayo oyo y'omu ku bantu ab'amazima when it comes to working with the news people. Abalala bonna nga begamba abamawulire mbwane nafa ayomba Bebe Cool ayomba ye muntu agamba kati ate kati oyo wobogalo bindi oyo kati ate kenamu kwata koyo. But again y'omu kubasinga okurecognizing journalists and giving back budget and token of appreciation is one guy oyo. Era ina abantu bangi nnyo era emboze zimuziwulira Bebe Cool oyo yampa kino Bebe Cool oyo yampa era omuntu omulala omulungi ku ekyo is Mr. Semakula naye tulimwogerako kati Bebe azimpi relationship ye nnungi n'abamawulire ayinza okuba ayina ebimusoba because ekimu ku challenges za Bebe Cool ye boss is the big brother and that happens to anyone kabe tupe CDB yakabe Diamond Platinum ayagala okubeera big brother netutuuka ku motivation paka wetwatuuse okututeekateeka teaser ne zibaayo called different people to come and listen to naleeta guy wa podcast from London to be the joystick mumuyitani mumuyita MC nga wambaga okujja okujoystickinga that is empowering. Maybe the guy is already a big person in London, but guy akulaga nti abamawulire balungi Bebe era Bebe olwalero yavudde natandika okutambula ba TikToker abalala bonna babadde bakozesa nga baba usinga. That is good. Bebe Cool oyo empowering building the capacity ya Cleberson oyo gola bayaganda okunkubira t-shirts zange nga anti obadde ozala omukulu namugamba muwe ate eventually ate n'omukulu naye nangoba. But Cleberson is one of the branding houses we have. A branding abantu bangi. Baroni, Bebe Cool mentioned a Padman in Dream Studios, mentioned Renix Patan, mentioned Tutumula Ronnie used to work with Power Records of Renix. I need to be because album. I gave my remarks on the album. I reviewed it already. I am just emphasizing the fact that the album is good. Just go back and listen to the Break the Chains musical. There is that Cheke song, Save My Soul. There is you see, you just need to objectively listen to those songs. Nga totadde mu kiri nkimanyi kimala ne kijja n'ogamba wa fete tujja zaagala nga tugwa this side. I understand. Boy like me, that one is looking good. Games mbade nonya games waliwo n'olulala bounce waliwo olulala bayita ni hidden agendas. Era Bebe Cool mu nyimba ezo bw'ogenda okutunula iTunes, I understand many other Ugandan artists have having songs like Joshua Baraka in the top 100, but I'm talking about Bebe Cool in this regard. So the guy is good, and this album, when you listen to, it is hard to listen to a Ugandan music album and pick more than 2 songs. Omuntu gwe nawuliriza ku album ye abamu ku bo ng'osobola okulonda ennyimba gye Kenneth Mugabe, Maurice Kiria, A-Pass, Azawi, yes, ng'osobola okuwulira n'olondamu ennyimba ezisukka mu 2, 3, 4, 5. And another one is Bebe Cool. So bwekiri, let us accept the fact that guy aina role yazanya and aina engeri yazanya show business. Aina byayogera nga intentionally ayagala kubanyiza. That is my review. Bebe will come nayogera ekintu nolaba sendinga agamba nti naye tuli kuki nga yakyogedde, but at some point evidence against yatwala basendi awo nabatwala ku kwalehani nga ina nebyapa konze tufudde olaba ine ebyapa koti tufudde kati awagero tufugira, but again natabera complacent, reluctant with the byapa. After byapa is having a music album. Primary recognition and acknowledgement for an artist is repertoire, and that is products. Oyisobola okubeera omugagga n'otugamba nze nagagga wala nze nazimba restaurant efumba emmere okusinga piraawo nze nakola biki awo olwoba oyina ebyo genda mu bagagga kwagalana bo byebeewaana ebya ssente. For a music artist, even when you have all those businesses through entrepreneurship, the only way we can say you're a big music artist is after analyzing and assessing your things attached to music. So that is it. I wanted to record to stream a longer video to give some explanation. Atan manyika tino kana ajite kegendo ku uploadinga atate bibuze bya bigenda kujja kati goyogera ngani kati tukuyambe tukyawale again. That is good. I encourage people to at least okumbuze bibuze bili technical kakati wala bangambye tezija nakola hit. With a music album, you're not necessarily looking for hits. You're looking for legacy. You're trying to, you're stamping your foot to leave a mark. You're creating, people to emulate. You're you're offering influence, inspiration rather. Kati, chobo okolachi, abantu abamu chibandu, balonda kone baga, chibebe wano chachi koze chitia, chibebe wano chachi koze chitia, chibebe wano chachi koze chitia. Ochitegeera, era bebe kati echo kyakola, ojja kwekanga oloba yimbi. Osobola kwekanga kabiri kati ali mu studio ali mu kuddamu kuchikuba energy eyo gyaleka kyobulaba nti ebisere bisinga Bebe Cool bwasirika bwati industry ngesirika, which means the guys, should I say the king, okay, not the master, kali is among the masters of social show business in Uganda. Nti jukira album abantu jibaga tejja nkuvako na hits kala akuze byandi bade yabikola dda. I understand, definitely yandi badobol yawe yabikola dda na ye Uganda nayo gitunuulire nti Bebe Cool ayinza okubaka sente akatuuka okukola ebyo atandise okukafuna ndowooza 2016 awo yakolera awo najjaawo akagumidde nnyo n'akatandika 2021 akasente paka bwe tutuuse olwaleero nga flying in and out, in and out. And another thing I would love to end with, but not a least thing, of course, the philanthropy. Or being a philanthropist is a good thing for any influential person, for any social person, for any celebrity, for any socialite, for any human being that is supported by masses. Wherever you have multitudes behind your brand, the only way you can give back is by building. Wala bi nyumba yazimbidde omwana eyo. Your family is all kwera Bebe. Mujukira bali abana b'emitima. That things bambi. Byomuwa credit. Maybe kati ye wavirayo byekolerako public relations nga mwa oyo gaya bragging nnyo gayo kati atenga abalala balina okukola omulimu ogwo tebakikola thoroughly because abantu abamu besimye nti osobola okubeera artist nga olwo bakublowingira. Tutunulira ku gundi ene babadde ntungamo abantu bagambye wowo Diamond yeah, definitely Diamond abadde ali eno nga tetumulaba. Yes, Diamond alina ebintu bye byakoze right, especially bwe yafunira ssente za Magufuli n'abako byakola bingi nnyo byosobola okugamba nti naffe eno tubifole abantu nga Kenzo babikole, abantu nga Bebe Cool nga bolaba nti ngamba nti Bebe Cool kati bandi balina gundi companies that call back tunes, bandi balina online stores nga bolaba iTunes, bandi balina radio stations zaabwe, bandi balina TV stations zaabwe, than lamenting about how media is putting them down. I always see my friend and brother, a colleague in the art, that is Eddie Kenzo, always lamenting about how how media is putting art down and the artists down. But Kenzo is at a level of a level and capacity to build a media house, a group of media channels. Kati Bebe Cool byetu babanja, but as for the album, as for the news bibadde bitya guy kinamu andi ekimu ku byetu abantu bye bagala ku artist ye muntu asobola cross generating n'abeera nti Bebe Cool ngabo mulaba nti ne bana abato abachimakero gabala wow the guy is a hanka never TikTok abayina mungalo 5 kwezi yaina album and the album is good. On the album is having people like Joshua Baraka. That is a good strategy, and I appreciate people like Bushington. Yes, wajagamba sente zibatadde mutezijja kuvayo. Bebe yagamba mbe yali ayagala ziveyo ayala kukula gabula ziwali owamaanyi oyo mutabani wa bidandi gomumanyi ati agenda okwogerere omanyi nze nakola go mama nyina love you ebudde kati nze go kati oyo sijja kumuwa kino. That is Bebe antakuuma busungu. Bebe nonga tabukidde nga wano zoyo kati sendi si kyamubuuza kati oyo kasukusi mukwano gwange James Propa simwagala kati oyo ate William bwe mukwatako mutabusi. Goodbye. It is William's Podcast Live. Thank you very much for being a part of this episode.